Have you ever felt the pain of longing for a man who doesn't reciprocate or appreciate your love? This often stems from the belief that giving everything unconditionally will make him love you back. While this may seem noble, it frequently leads to heartbreak. Love doesn't work by endlessly giving or chasing. In fact, the more you chase, the more it slips away. The more you give without boundaries, the less your affection is appreciated. However, there's a better way to approach love, one that leads to genuine desire, respect, and appreciation. This method isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about understanding human psychology, valuing yourself, and striking a balance between attraction and emotional connection. The key lies in applying principles of Dark Stoic Psychology, a blend of self-mastery and emotional resilience. In this video, I will share with you 7 transformative rules to flip the script and make him fall for you deeply and authentically. These are not shallow tricks. They're unshakable strategies rooted in psychology and timeless wisdom like Stoicism, which teaches self-respect and emotional resilience. By the end of this video, you'll know how to command his respect, spark his desire, and create deep connection that he can't ignore. Ready to unlock the secrets? Let's dive into rule number 1. Rule 1. Cultivate your own happiness. Happiness is magnetic. Ladies who genuinely enjoy life radiate positive energy that draws a man in, while those who depend on others for their happiness often push them away. If you rely on someone else like a partner to complete you, you create a suffocating dynamic. Instead, true attraction comes from cultivating your own joy. A woman who is confident, passionate, and living her life on her own terms exudes energy that makes her irresistible. To begin cultivating happiness, reconnect with activities that bring you joy. Whether it's pursuing career goals, painting, dancing, or traveling. For example, imagine Sarah, who has been planning a dream vacation for months. When her partner John asks to meet, she gracefully declines, explaining that she'd love to see him, but has a trip she's been eagerly anticipating. This demonstrates self-respect and a deep sense of personal fulfillment. Confidence is key. When you stop needing external validation for your happiness, your self-assurance naturally draws others to you. In relationships, this means that you're not looking for your partner to complete you, but to add to your already complete life. This is not about being disinterested, but about showing that your world is full, and you'd love to share it, not just rely on them to fill gaps. But don't stop here. This is just the beginning. The next rule will take your self-worth and emotional resilience to an entirely new level. If you're ready to discover how to truly own your emotional space and become someone he admires deeply, keep watching. Rule 2. Be emotionally self-sufficient. Emotional self-sufficiency is incredibly attractive. When a person is emotionally reliant on others to manage their feelings or solve their problems, they create a heavy dynamic that can be draining for their partner. Consider Emma, who always turns to her boyfriend Luke to soothe her when she's upset. This can be exhausting for Luke, who may feel the pressure to always be the emotional caretaker. On the other hand, an emotionally self-sufficient person knows how to navigate their emotions and challenges independently. Emotional self-sufficiency is not about shutting others out, but about developing internal coping mechanisms like journaling, meditation, or spending time alone. For instance, instead of calling Luke to calm her after a stressful day, Emma takes a walk, processes her thoughts, and comes back to Luke, composed and ready to listen to him. This creates a healthy relationship dynamic. When you handle your own emotions, it makes you more attractive to your partner, and they'll admire your strength and resilience. They'll also feel more secure knowing that you're not emotionally dependent on them. Emotional independence doesn't push a partner away. It creates a dynamic where they're drawn to support you because they admire your strength. Let's affirm this transformation together. And don't forget to like this video. Your engagement helps us reach more women who are ready to embrace their inner power. If you're feeling inspired so far, share your thoughts in the comments. What's one step you'll take to become more emotionally self-sufficient today? Stay tuned because the next rule will teach you how to master the art of attention, when to give it, when to withhold it, and why it's one of the most powerful tools in the game of love. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Keep watching. Rule 3. Make him earn your attention. Attention is a valuable currency in relationships. If you freely offer it, it loses its value. Imagine this. Rachel is always available for her boyfriend Max, dropping everything at a moment's notice whenever he calls. While she believes this shows love, she's actually making herself predictable. And over time, Max might take her attention for granted. To prevent this, start setting boundaries. Rachel might say, "I'd love to talk later, but I'm finishing up some work right now." Or she might not answer texts immediately. By making her attention valuable, Max will come to respect her time. When she does engage, Rachel makes sure to be present, deeply listening to Max and making their moments together special. This rule doesn't require playing games, but fostering respect for your time and energy. It's about not being desperate for their attention, and instead focusing on your own life and passions. By doing so, you create intrigue and mystery, which naturally draws him in. Absence, even for short moments, can create a sense of longing and desire. This is not about being cold, but about balancing attention with respect for yourself. Now, as you reflect on this rule, consider the ways you currently give your attention. Are you handing it out too freely, or are you setting boundaries that reflect your worth? And the answer could transform not just your relationship with him, but with yourself. If this resonates with you, I want you to comment below, "I am worthy of attention." Rule 4. Balance the effort in the relationship. Relationships are about mutual effort. When one person constantly carries the weight like Jenny, who plans every date and sends all the texts, there's an imbalance that can lead to burnout. Jenny may feel unappreciated or even resentful if she feels like she's doing all the work in the relationship, while her partner, Ben, takes it for granted. To change this dynamic, start by pulling back and letting your partner meet you halfway. Don't always initiate plans or solve every problem. Instead, let Ben reach out first, or take the lead in organizing activities. If he doesn't, this will signal that the relationship isn't as high a priority for him as it should be. It's important to trust that by stepping back, Ben will either rise to the occasion or reveal his true level of commitment. Relationships thrive when both partners put in equal effort. When Ben starts putting in more effort, Jenny will notice that he values the relationship more because of his investment. This shift allows for a more balanced and healthy dynamic. The key here is creating space for both emotional and practical contributions. For instance, if Jenny has been comforting Ben through difficult times, she should ask herself if he's providing the same level of support. Relationships should be a safe haven for both people, where they share burdens and celebrate joys together. By embracing Stoic principles, focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't, Jenny can approach the relationship with confidence. She knows her value isn't tied to how much she gives. When both partners contribute equally, the relationship becomes stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling. Rule 5. Be ready to walk away. In relationships, the person who is willing to walk away holds the power. This principle isn't about manipulation or cruelty, but about maintaining self-respect and knowing your worth. Often, when deeply invested in someone, it's easy to ignore red flags, settle for less, or accept mistreatment. However, staying in a relationship where you're undervalued is not only damaging to your self-esteem, but also teaches your partner that mistreating you is acceptable. The key to applying this rule is to set clear, non-negotiable boundaries for how you want to be treated, and enforce them consistently. For instance, imagine Sarah, who has been dating Alex for a year. Alex has become dismissive of her needs and often forgets important dates like anniversaries. Sarah decides to have a serious conversation with him about this behavior. If Alex continues to be disrespectful despite her efforts, Sarah is ready to walk away. The temporary pain of walking away from someone she loved is outweighed by the long-term damage caused by staying in a relationship where she isn't valued. If Alex truly cares, he will realize her worth and make the necessary changes. If not, she avoids wasting more time on someone unworthy of her affection. This mindset shift requires immense courage but is an empowering act of self-respect. The dynamic of the relationship changes when the person who is ready to leave shows they will not settle for less. Suddenly they take control. If the partner is truly invested, they will fight to keep the relationship alive, realizing that losing their partner would be a significant loss. The beauty of this rule is that walking away, when necessary, restores respect and admiration, often resulting in deeper affection from the other person. Boundaries, although difficult to maintain, protect one's sense of self-worth and ensure relationships are built on mutual respect. As the individual becomes stronger in enforcing boundaries, they become less afraid to walk away, which in turn makes them more desirable. It's essential to ask yourself, are you ready to walk away if your boundaries are violated? Rule 6. Stop seeking his validation. Seeking validation from others, particularly from romantic partners, often signals insecurity and a lack of self-worth. Ironically, the more one seeks approval, the less it is valued. The key to reclaiming control in relationships is to stop looking for external validation and start seeking self-validation. When you prioritize your own opinion over that of others, you regain your power. For example, imagine Kate, who's about to go on a date with Mark. Instead of fishing for compliments like, "Do you think I look okay?" Kate walks in confidently, knowing she looks stunning. This self-assured energy naturally draws Mark in, as it becomes clear that Kate does not need external validation to feel good about herself. Her confidence is magnetic. Stoicism emphasizes mastering one's inner world, finding peace and confidence within, instead of seeking it from others. When you stop depending on your partner's approval to feel validated, you stop overanalyzing every word or action. This shift in mindset not only brings peace, but also enhances your attractiveness, as people are naturally drawn to confidence and self-assurance. The more you stop seeking validation, the more authentic and grounded you become. This principle isn't about rejecting feedback or compliments. It's about balancing your need for external approval and relying more on your internal compass. When you're grounded in your self-worth, external admiration becomes a bonus rather than a necessity. By owning who you are, flaws, quirks, and all, you emit a powerful magnetic energy that attracts others, especially those who are drawn to authenticity. In relationships, this shift allows you to express yourself freely, without trying to please or become someone you're not, just to earn affection. As you embrace this change, you'll notice the dynamic between you and your partner shifting. The less you seek validation, the more your confidence and self-worth will shine. Trust that you are enough as you are, and the relationship will flourish naturally. Rule 7. Hold back your full affection. The power of restraint in relationships is often underestimated. When you give away all your love and affection too soon, it can become overwhelming or cause the relationship to lose its allure. Think of love as a fire. If you throw all your fuel into it at once, it burns brightly but quickly dies down. If you tend to it gradually, however, the fire lasts longer and burns more intensely. The key to keeping affection alluring is to let it grow naturally, allowing the other person to work for your attention and love. For example, consider Lily and Jake. Lily has been seeing Jake for a few months, but instead of constantly showering him with affection, she holds back. She doesn't overwhelm him with constant praise or acts of devotion. Instead, she waits for the right moments to express her love. Perhaps after Jake has done something thoughtful or after he has made a significant effort. This creates a sense of mystery and intrigue, making Jake more eager to earn her affection. This rule is not about playing games or deliberately withholding love to manipulate the other person. It's about ensuring that your love is cherished and valued. When affection is given too freely, it can sometimes make the other person take it for granted or feel overwhelmed. However, by taking a more measured approach, you allow the relationship to grow at a natural pace, and you avoid becoming overly available, which in turn heightens the sense of desire. For example, when Lily lets Jake take the lead, perhaps by initiating contact or taking initiative in planning a date, she creates a dynamic where Jake must work for her affection. This makes every moment of connection feel more valuable. Similarly, when it comes to physical affection, instead of always being the one to initiate closeness, she lets Jake lean in first. This dynamic heightens the sense of desire and anticipation, making every shared moment feel special. This principle draws from Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of restraint and self-control. By not overindulging in emotions or affection, you maintain a sense of composure and strength. This allows you to react thoughtfully, not impulsively. For instance, imagine that after Jake shares something deeply personal with Lily, she doesn't rush to reassure him. Instead, she lets the emotions settle and then responds with care. This pause, this space, makes her response more meaningful. By holding back some affection, you ensure that your love is seen as something rare and valuable, something that must be earned. This approach not only protects your heart, but also encourages your partner to invest more into the relationship, making him feel inspired to continuously pursue you. In doing so, the relationship becomes more balanced and rewarding for both individuals. Are you holding back some affection to allow the relationship to grow naturally? Or are you giving too much too soon? You've just unlocked 7 transformative rules that can change not only the way you approach love, but also the way you see yourself. I have done my part of the commitment by showing you fail-proof principles that are guaranteed to give you the love you desire. It's now time for your part of the commitment. Now it's time for action or homework, if you will. I hope I haven't been wasting my time. Prove it to me by taking the following action. Take out a sheet of paper, and for the next 5 minutes reflect on all 7 rules we covered. After reflecting, answer the following questions honestly. 1. Which of the 7 rules resonates with you? Write them out in the order they resonate with you. 2. Which of the 7 feels challenging? Write it out. 3. Which of them feels exciting to implement? Write it out. 4. Write out a real-life scenario of how you plan to apply one of them to your life, starting today. Yes, ladies. Remember, you are irresistible. Go out there, own it, and take control of your love story. Write in the comment, "I will attract the love I deserve." Share your journey and your questions in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear these words. Thank you for watching and for choosing to grow.